Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chris and today we are going to be reacting to some wild Reddit stories. But before we get into them, if you can do me an absolute solid and like this video, subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video, that would be amazing. Right, let's get into them. Am I the arsehole for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after what she did to my fiancé? So, my 28 female sister, Ella, 31 female, is getting married in 2 weeks. We've always been close, even though we have our differences. I've always been more of a laid-back, introverted person, while Ella is the life of the party and loves being the center of attention. It never bothered me until now. I've been engaged to my fiancé, Mark, 29 male, for about a year. He's wonderful, kind, supportive, and just an all-round great guy. My family has always liked him, or so I thought, but about a month ago, something happened that made me question everything. Ella asked Mark to meet her for a coffee one day, saying she needed help picking out a wedding gift for me. I didn't think much of it at the time, but when Mark came home, he was really quiet. After some coaxing, he finally told me what happened. Apparently, Ella spent the entire time trying to convince him that I wasn't right for him. She told him I was too boring, that I wasn't ambitious enough, and that he could do better. She even went so far as to suggest that he could call off the engagement and see other people. Mark was completely blindsided and upset. He said he defended me, but it was clear that Ella was relentless. I was furious when I found out. I confronted Ella and she didn't even deny it. She said she was just looking out for Mark and that she wants the best for him. When I asked her why she thought it was her place to interfere in our relationship, she just shrugged and said she was being honest. I told her that what she did was completely out of line and hurtful, not just to me, but to Mark as well. She didn't apologize. Instead, she doubled down, saying that if I was confident in my relationship, I wouldn't be so upset. I ended up leaving her house in tears. Since then, I've barely spoken to her. My parents found out about that situation, and while they agreed that what Ella did was wrong, they're begging me to still attend the wedding. They think that missing it would cause a huge rift in the family and that I should just let it go for the sake of peace. But I don't know if I can. Every time I think about what she did, it makes my blood boil. I feel betrayed and hurt, and I didn't know if I can just pretend everything is fine for her big day. Mark supports whatever decision I make, but I can tell he's too hurt by this too. So, am I the arsehole for refusing to go to my sister's wedding after what she did to my fiancé? Oh no. That's ridiculous. So her sister is basically trying to tell sister's fiancé that she's not good for her. Would you miss your sister's wedding for that? I think she'd be... No one would bat an eyelid if she actually did miss her sister's wedding because of what she did. I don't understand why she felt like it was her place to get involved in the relationship. I hate that anyway. You know, when people just feel like it's their place to get involved in someone else's relationship. I'm like, it isn't your place. You know what I mean? You can... If you're not happy with the relationship, you can maybe say like, oh, you know, I'm not sure about, you know, is everything good? Are you good in that relationship? You know, make sure everyone's fine. With your sister to go to your fiancé and say you can do better is wild. Does a sister like fancy Mark? I'd be like, why are you so interested? Do you like Mark? Because I know you're getting married, but you seem pretty like... keen on Mark seeing someone else. Do you want to see him? It's a weird one, that, and I think the OP is absolutely right if she doesn't want to go to her sister's wedding because of this. And I hate the parents that are just like, oh, don't worry about it, just get over it, it's fine. I'm like, you'd talk, if you were the parents of the sisters, you'd sit them down and talk to them both shortly and try to like work it out, rather than just going, oh, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, you're making a big deal, you're overreacting. I feel like that sucks. I feel like the OP is right in the way she feels, and I feel like her sister and her parents and family are not helping in any way. So I think if she didn't go to the wedding, it would be totally accepted. But if it was me, I'd go and just bite my teeth. I don't know why. I just think family. I don't know. I'm a sucker. I'd go and then just like grit my teeth through it all and go, yeah, congratulations. Really happy for you. Amazing. Am I the asshole for refusing to switch seats on a plane with a couple who wanted to sit together? Oh. I, 32 female, recently flew for a work trip, and I specifically paid extra to book a window seat because I like to have a little privacy and enjoy looking out during the flight. Once I got settled in, a couple came up to me and asked if I would switch seats with one of them so they could sit together. The seat they wanted to switch me to was a middle seat further back, which I didn't want. I politely declined, explaining that I paid extra for the window seat. They seemed annoyed, saying it wouldn't be a big deal since the flight wasn't too long, and accused me of being inconsiderate for not helping them out. Later, the person sitting next to me suggested that I could have just switched to make it easier for them, and now I'm feeling a bit guilty. I paid for the seat I wanted, but maybe I was being too rigid. So am I the asshole for refusing to switch seats with the couple? This is right. The big factor on this one is how long is that flight? If you're going from, I live in England, so if I'm going from England to, let's say, Hong Kong, and it's 15-hour flight, and a couple were like, oh, can you switch seats to sit in the middle seat? I would be the same as the OP. I'd be like, no. Because sitting in a middle seat for 15 hours with two people on either side who are going to like try and nap on you because the head keeps tilting, you can't get out because they're both asleep and you feel rude for moving. I'm kind of like, I wouldn't switch on a long haul flight. So the key bit of information, I think, is if the flight is like 2 hours. I'm trying to think what my max amount of time it would be. So maybe no longer than 4 hours? I don't know, no longer than 4-hour flight. I think because the sort of person I am, I think I would switch. Because I do this thing, right? People, you might also do. You know when you do things to be nice, but you like you detriment yourself for doing it. I think it's a bad trait. It's called something. I don't know what it's called, but I do it a lot. So someone will want me to do something, and even though it puts me out and maybe like messes my day up or something, I'll still do it for them just because I feel like nice. It's a nice thing to do to help, but like I don't normally think about what I'm doing, which is kind of like why I would switch on the flight. So yeah, I feel like the way she handled it wasn't the best because I felt like she was a bit like, well, no, I've paid for it. See you later. Which is fair enough. You know, the OP has every right to sit in that seat. Every right to sit in that seat. It'd make a long haul flight really awkward if you were sat next to one of the people who, you know, they wanted their partner to sit next to me or just sat there chilling on a window seat. Just like, yep, sorry about that. 15-hour flight of that might be slightly painful. So yeah, so if it's long haul, I wouldn't swap. As mean as that is for the couple, because I understand it, you know, they might want to spend time together. I get that. So 15-hour flight though, so you can just get up and talk in the aisle or talk it back. Like a short flight, I think I would switch. But again, there's nothing against the OP on this because I feel like you've paid for the seat. Whatever you want to do. But maybe like tonally, I think either way, tonally or not, it's always going to be awkward when you say no to someone who's a couple, because the couple should have just accepted it. They should have gone, all right, fair enough. You know what I mean? Like ask, but then if she don't want to do it, if the OP don't want to do it, then just be like, all right, fair enough. It's not my place. You've paid for it. But I think it's like for them to mention something later on saying, oh, you could have just swapped, or for someone to mention that, I'm like, double pressure on the person. They've done everything they needed. They paid for the flight, booked it on time, probably like you said, upgraded to that seat. They've done everything they needed to do. They've followed all the protocols. And ask, be polite, but if she says no, you just have to take it on chin. Yeah, you just have to take that one on chin. So I, 22 female, live with my friend, 22 female. And she recently met a guy at a beach party. She's pretty much obsessed with him because he comes from a well-known, well-off family in the area and there's a certain level of status associated with him. She told me they were sort of dating and obviously I've been supportive throughout it all, as a friend. However, I met him a few times and I didn't exactly hold favourable opinions of him. I didn't tell my friend because I wasn't fully sure of my views yet and I didn't want to be negative. Fair. Anyway, he's throwing a party soon and invited my friend. He asked her to bring me along too. He said it was a themed party and that everyone would be assigned a character/style to wear. He sent my friend a picture of our outfits. 2 skimpy as hell maid costumes sprawled on a bed. Come on, fella. Come on. I immediately told her that I wouldn't be wearing that shit and especially not to a party with a bunch of strangers. Initially, she thought I was kidding, but then understood that I'm serious. She said that wearing these fits isn't a big deal at all and that I need to stop being so prudish and serious. I told her that it is very humiliating that this guy thinks it's perfectly fine to request 2 women to wear that to his party. Like you're seriously asking 2 girls who are clearly not as rich as you to dress up as maids to your party. I asked her if she seriously sees nothing wrong with it and she said no. She explained that he just has a weird taste and that it might be weird rich people thing. I told her again that I will not be wearing some skimpy ass maid costume. Not only is it embarrassing, it is especially disrespectful to me because I don't have any sort of meaningful relationship with the guy, and yet he thought it's appropriate to include me in this request. I told her that I won't be wearing the clothes, won't be going to the party, and will from now on avoid her new boyfriend altogether. We had a massive argument and she said that I'm lame, boring, and not a supportive friend. She said that instead of helping her, I'm ruining everything and being a killjoy. When she fed back to the guy that I'm refusing to participate, he even asked her if getting paid for it would change my mind. That made it even worse. Apparently he told her that I have the right attitude, which makes no sense as I've been combative all this time, and that his friends would love to get to know me. The fuck? I'm just getting angry typing this. I was pretty upset and told my dad about the situation. The party is tomorrow night and my friend decided to go alone and she's not really talking to me right now. Am I the arsehole or is she? I feel strangely very guilty even though I'm standing up for my boundaries. Am I the arsehole? Absolutely not. You are absolutely not the arsehole in any way. Why would he think it's fine to for a stranger to come dressed as a skimpy maid? There's so many things wrong with that. Sending that image to a stranger and saying, can you dress up as a skimpy maid is really weird. That's really, really weird. And then 2, there's obviously the dynamic of him being really rich. I'm like, is that some sort of weird rich person's fetish? That they like the idea of loads of people dressed as maids around the big house. I don't know. I think it's really weird. And I actually respect the OP for saying no. Saying I'm not doing that. Because peer pressure, what said to you at 22. Peer pressure can be a massive thing. And people can do a lot of things peer pressured that they wouldn't normally do. So I think to have the bollocks to be well, no, actually, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to come dressed as a skimpy maid to your rich person's party to be lured upon and stared at by your group of rich, weird, eyes wide shut, cult sort of vibe. I'm not going to do it. And I think if I was her dad, I would be very proud of that. I would be well done to you. You stood up for yourself. You didn't kowtow to what you felt like you pressured to do. Your friend's bang out of order. She's the arsehole for pressuring you. It's her party with her fella. I don't know why she's that bothered. Just go to the party yourself. You don't need to include your mate if she don't want to go. So that relationship's a bit weird. And I'd be I'd look at that a bit more and be well, what? Why are you so bothered? Why do you want me to wear this maid outfit and come with you so much? As a mate, I'd be I'm really proud of you. That's a great thing to do. You've stuck up for yourself and you said, no, I am not coming to that stupid, eyes wide shut, cult rich person party dressed as a skimpy maid. I also don't get why people would dress up as a skimpy maid. You know what I mean? I don't understand dressing up as a fetish, but that's for a whole other thing. When people dress up as maids or Schoolgirls. It really sits uncomfortably. So the schoolgirl one is so weird. Because why would you want someone to dress up as a schoolgirl and make it sexual? You see him in like shops all over, like schoolgirl outfits, and it's so bizarre. I don't understand it. And I'm like, we can't do that. If someone wanted to dress up as a schoolgirl, I'd be like, why? What? Why? That's really weird. Schoolgirls are really young. This feels odd. So dressing up's weird, everybody. I need outside opinion, please. Happy to help. I, 30 female, have been married to my husband, 33 male, for 5 years, together for 10. We have 4 kids. My oldest is not his biological. Last summer, I caught on his Facebook Messenger messages between him and another girl he knew from his past who lives in another city. They were very flirty, her sending him pics, him commenting out about how attractive he is. It ended with her asking how his marriage is and him responding, better if we had an affair, and then giving his phone number. I confronted him about it. He apologized and said he would block her and not talk to her again. I also got him to do 1 session of couples counseling, where he got mad by the end and walked out. I did my best to forgive, forget, and move on, until yesterday. Something in my gut told me to check his Facebook messages again, and lo and behold, there is a message just 20 minutes prior of him asking her if she's ghosting him now, and saying, guess you have my ginger blocked next time, be straight up. I confronted again today over a phone call. He said they've only talked for 2 days and they're not talking anymore, and that he's been with me for 10 years and if he wanted to leave he would, and that I was blowing it all out of proportion. I'm quite upset. This feels like borderline cheating. Maybe I'm overreacting. I feel pretty much done, but we also have 4 kids and I'm hesitant to implode our lives. I guess I'm just looking for advice, please. I hope this is the right subreddit to post it. Oh, God. I feel like that's terrible. You know, what an awful situation to be in. You've got 4 kids and your husband is messaging someone on Facebook about having an affair. Oh, maybe we should have an affair. And then he's trying to like, oh, you're just overreacting. There's no way she's overreacting. She's bang right to like point him out on this and call him up on it. And if you've tried 1 session of couples counseling and he's still talking to this person, I feel like the relationship's absolutely dead. I feel like it's really hard because obviously you do have 4 kids and, you know, she's going to find that really difficult, but she's got to do the right thing. You can't be with him, you know, knowing that if you stay with him after you found these messages, I just feel like he's going to constantly keep doing it. The boundaries need to be there of like, you can't keep doing this. You've overstepped the line. It's not borderline cheating. This is 100% definitely cheating. He's definitely cheating. Whether he's touched her or done anything, if he's talking to someone and talking about, oh, maybe we should have an affair, it's cheating. It's cheating. It's just flatline cheating. There's no other way around it. You don't have to be physical with someone for it to be cheating. He's mentally cheating away, texting with some other person on Facebook, and he doesn't even seem like he's bothered. He doesn't even see how he's bothered. I bet if you change that around and he found messages from her texting someone else, he'd be blowing up. He'd call it cheating. He'd be like, oh, you're cheating on me. But because he's doing it, he doesn't see what's wrong with it. And I think as hard as it's going to be because of the situation you're in, short-term pain, long-term gain, I think, on this one. I think short-term is going to be painful. It just is. There's no easy way. You've been together for so long. You've probably got routines. You're married. You've got the kids. Long-term, though, you'll start to look back and go, that was the right move. But if you stay in it for years and years and years, like, because it's an easier route, you're going to just regret it more and more and more. So like anything, you got to rip the band-aid off and leave him because he's a fucking weasel. Right. I feel like we covered some nice stories there. So they're some of the Reddit stories that I found yesterday. I tried to get like new Reddit stories. So ones that are like fresh meat to subreddit. So we can come with new stories every day. So if you did like this video, please do like and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications because I'll be posting on here a lot more during the week. And I also have another channel. My other channel is Cow Reacts. There is a link below in the description. And we also do Reddit stories, much longer, like hours long. There's hours over there of Reddit stories you can get into, but it's also myself and with 2 other people, Natasha and Zen, who also contribute on the Reddit stories. So if you want more Reddit stories, if you want more opinions, then the link is below for Cow Reacts. So go over there, subscribe, see you there, and I'll see you here.